The title of US CQM forecast alert on June 5, 2020 is "A little light is visible at the end of the tunnel." These are the main economic indicators updated in this week's CQM and PCA forecast. Unexpectedly, the May payroll employment in service sector increased more than 2.4 million. On the other hand, both imports and exports fell sharply in April due to the Wuhan coronavirus. We can see that the impact of the Wuhan coronavirus on the economic indicators was very bad in April. For example, the shipment of transportation equipment fell 43% from the previous month. The table shows that personal consumption expenditure on services has been revised upward by about 7% due to the job gains of more than 2.4 million in service sector. The amount of upward revision is about 350 billion. On the other hand, CQM revised downward fixed investment and housing investment by 15% and 13% respectively due to the very bad monthly economic indicators in April. The inventory changes were revised downward by about 50 billion. Net exports have deteriorated by about 100 billion due to a sharp decline in April imports and exports. Each item on the expenditure side had large revision, but the aggregate shows that upward revision in GDP on the expenditure side was very small. On the income side, personal income has been revised upward by about 150 billion and 50 billion respectively for 2020 Q2 and Q3. This is the reason why the upward revision in GDP on the income side was larger than that on the expenditure side. Wages and salary have been significantly revised upward due to the huge increase in employment in May, while transfer income from the government to individuals has been revised downward significantly due to the large increase in unemployment. In the end, this week's CQM forecasts economic growth at minus 38.4% on the expenditure side, almost unchanged from the previous week, and on the income side, minus 47.9%, about 4% lower than last week. It looks like the worst of the economic decline has passed. The economic growth rate from the PCA forecast was minus 27.2%, which was about 5% higher than the previous week. From this graph, it seems that the worst period of the economy has passed. We can also see from the forecast of economic growth in 2020 Q3 whether the worst economic period has passed or not. CQM has lowered economic growth rate on the expenditure side to minus 5%. According to PCA's forecast for 2020 Q3, the economic growth rate has fallen to -7%. Conclusion from this week's US CQM forecast alert. The update of economic indicators for employment and stock prices in May shows the downturn in the US economy has bottomed out. In the future, we can expect improvement in retail sales on the demand side and improvement in the industrial production index on the production side. At least we can see a little light at the end of the recession tunnel. However, due to the global economic recession, we cannot expect improvement in imports and exports for the time being. This slide shows additional information about the original developer of CQM and theoretical papers.